It's been some time since I made the first video for this channel, but I'm back. And before I make more videos for the channel, I wanted to address the pretty big error that I made in my inaugural video. Among my criticisms for 5th edition, one of the things that I dislike the most is that the rules can't seem to decide if they want to be specific or vague. The game often feels undecided as to whether a game master should be improvising and interpreting a lot of the rules, or should be following them strictly. The example that I gave for that was the Force Cage spell, which is the only force object spell in the game that doesn't specify it's destroyed by the Disintegrate spell. And while I still hold to that general opinion, and the Force Cage spell should say that it's destroyed by Disintegrate, I didn't read the Disintegrate spell closely enough, and that was my mistake. And the comments were not shy about letting me know that. The last paragraph of the Disintegrate spell says, "This spell automatically disintegrates a large or smaller non-magical object or a creation of magical force." Now that sounds like it should be case closed, but in the process of me double checking that, I kind of stumbled over another argument for my original point. The first sentence of the Disintegrate spell. "A thin green ray springs from your pointing finger to a target that you can see within range." A target that you can see within range. Force Cage says, "An immobile, invisible, cube-shaped prison composed of magical force springs into existence around an area you choose within range." So I was wrong to only refer to Force Cage when trying to determine if Disintegrate could destroy it. It can. In the process of checking that, I find out that Disintegrate is a target that you can see. So now that opens up a lot of very admittedly pedantic questions. Can you use Disintegrate on a target you can't see if you have a good idea of where it is? Because the spell doesn't say that. The spell says you have to see it. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter that much. But it's just another example, ironic in its nature, of something I dislike about 5e, that even when you're narrowing in on a specific ruling that is made clear, you immediately find one that isn't. At least, that's my interpretation. Regardless of all of that, that video taught me that I need to be more careful. If I'm going to be speaking about the rules and mechanics of RPGs, I need to be doubly sure that what I'm quoting is accurate, and the research that I do into the systems that we love to play represents them fairly. Now that I've addressed that egregious mistake and the crippling guilt that I've been feeling about it, I can get on to making more content for the channel. In my original concept for this video, this is the part where I would then ask the comments to tell me what they love about D&D 5e, and to help me get a new, fresh take on it. Dust off the old bitterness about my frustrations with the system. But since that original concept of the video, some things have happened, and now I don't really wish to talk about that. Instead, leave a comment about what kind of tabletop RPG content you'd like to see. Maybe something that isn't talked about a lot on YouTube. I'm curious to see what kinds of things people are interested in as I begin to brew up ideas for future videos. In the meantime, thank you to everyone who called me out on my inaccuracies in the last video. We might disagree on a lot of the different points that I made in that video, but the factual error that I made was not up for debate. And it led to me going down an interesting rabbit hole of researching and correcting that. Until the next video, may your rolls be high and your tabletop degenerate.